Hello again, folks. Right, the Southport riots, remember them? Do you remember why they happened? Do you remember what caused them? Well, Keir Starmer got it all wrong, as usual, and in today's video, I'm dissecting the Gospel according to Saint Keir of Starmer, patron saint of finger-wagging and flimsy excuses. His latest sermon, the Southport riots, those ugly spasms of violence last summer, were all the fault of the far right. The shadowy bogeymen who apparently lurk under every bed, ready to ruin Keir's utopian Britain. Well, here's the spoiler. He's wrong. Spectacularly, embarrassingly and dangerously wrong. Now, for those who missed it, last July, Southport was gutted by tragedy. 3 little girls, Alice, Elsie, Bebe, they were all murdered in a knife attack at a dance class. A 17-year-old monster, Axel Rudabakana, did it, and the nation was on its knees, grieving. People wanted answers, basic stuff like who this kid was, what drove him, why he wasn't stopped. Reasonable, right, except Keir Starmer, our shiny new Prime Minister at the time, decided the public didn't deserve answers. Oh, no. Instead, he and his pals in the establishment zipped their lips, citing contempt of court. If you produced basic facts, you were locked away. Transparency? Not today. Now here's a wild thought for you. When you leave people in the dark after a tragedy, they start filling in the blanks themselves, and guess what they did? The internet lit up with rumours. 3 little kids were dead, and I wanted answers. I'm sure you did too. Now, some rumours were true, some bonkers, because Starmer left a vacuum the size of his ego, and misinformation spread like wildfire, and before you could say government incompetence, Southport was burning. Riots, bricks, fury, the lot. Not exactly a love letter to community cohesion, was it? So what does Keir do? Does he say, oops, maybe we should have been straight with people? Does he admit that withholding info might have poured petrol on the flames? Of course not. That would require a shred of humility, something he hasn't got. Instead, he grabs his megaphone and screams, far right, like some deranged parrot who's just discovered a new phrase. According to Starmer, every rioter, every angry voice, every person daring to question his brilliance was a knuckle-dragging, Union flag waving thug straight out of the 70s skinhead convention. Except that's not what happened. The terror watchdog Jonathan Hall KC, King's Counsel, not exactly a pitchfork welding populist, said the secrecy around Rudabakana's case was prejudicial to the trial. In other words, Starmer's silence didn't just fuel the riots, it risked derailing justice itself. And the rioters, they weren't all far-right bogeymen. Surprise. Ex-posts from the time, yes, I've waded through the digital swamp, showed locals, ordinary people furious at the lack of clarity. Mums worried about their kids, blokes sick of being told to shut up. Not exactly the BNP annual conference, was it? Even Kemi Badenoch, who's got more guts in her pinky than Starmer's entire cabinet, called him out. She pointed out the two-tier nonsense. Starmer bent over backwards to shield Rudabakana's details, but when it came to the rioters, he was quick to slap far-right gang labels and ram through convictions. Justice for thee, but not for me, Keir? And let's not forget the Prevent programme, supposed to stop monsters like Rudabakana. It failed 3 times with this kid. 3. But instead of owning that, Starmer's out there blaming Tommy Robinson's ghost for some reason. And here's the dirty little secret. Starmer needed the far-right narrative. It's his get-out-of-jail-free card. By painting every rioter as a swastika-tattooed hooligan, he dodges the real question. Why did this government's incompetence let this spiral? Why did he let a grieving town fester in uncertainty? Why did he treat the public like idiots who can't handle the truth? Because it's easier to scapegoat a caricature than admit you botched it. Now, don't get me wrong, some of those rioters were idiots. We've all seen the videos. Burning stuff, smashing windows. That's not protest, that's tantrum. But Starmer's lazy far-right brush tars everyone. Legitimately angry parents, scared communities, even people just asking questions. And when you smear half the country as extremists, you don't calm tensions, you stoke them. Well done, Keir. You've united Britain in thinking you're a prat. The families of those girls deserved better. Southport deserved better. The country deserved better. They needed a leader who'd level with them, not a bureaucrat hiding behind buzzwords. But Starmer's too busy polishing his halo, you see, dreaming up new ways to lecture us about reclaiming the flag from his imaginary far-right army. The real threat isn't some cartoon villain. It's a government that lies by omission, fumbles its own anti-terror programme, and then blames the people it failed. So there you have it, folks. Keir Starmer, the man who saw a national tragedy and thought, perfect, I'll make it a morality play. And by waving that far-right stick, Keir Starmer is just trying to distract everyone from the mess he made. Even a newly released police report damns Keir Starmer by reporting there were no far-right links to the Southport riots. So Starmer's been proven wrong yet again. And they weren't far-right, they were a reaction to uncontrolled migration and the lack of information. And those in prison at the moment for calling it out for exactly what it was should be released. Wayne Rourke comes to mind. So there we go. What do you reckon? Let me know in the comments. I'm Paz49. Thanks for watching. And until the next time, Roger Trout.